now we just BS.
What?
Just do whatever we want now. Got the intro, right? What'd you guys have for dinner?
I just lost it all.
We can smell it.
I clearly had this.
Well, you got your cup turned around for licensing issues, potentially.
Maybe. Yeah.
Except the GoPro has it.
No, it doesn't. It's blocking.
Oh, okay. Look at you. Strategic placement.
So, welcome Doug and Bob back from space.
All right.
Welcome to the Midnight Snack Podcast.
Welcome.
My name's Brandon.
Week 2. I'm Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
We got it right this time.
Yay.
No, I'm Adam. You're Brandon. That's Kevin.
That's what we said.
We forgot to clap it off.
Oh, crap.
All right, we're good. That's all we need.
That served no purpose but to just clap at that point.
We have to clap it off every week.
Yeah.
Maybe halfway through the episode. Maybe at the end.
For everyone at home or at work or wherever you are, we have things in place now for the recording. We have a nice little monitor here now to be able to know when the camera's recording so we're not losing footage. We're stepping it up.
Yeah.
We're getting strides every week. Something new.
Fixing the audio a little bit.
Soon we'll hire a grip boy.
Kevin's going to work on saying like. I'm kidding. Awkward tension.
I don't have a cricket sound.
Oh, gosh. All right. How was everybody's week so far? It works. I mean, we can't take it out now.
That broke the tension.
How's everybody's week?
Good.
Yeah.
Good since we've been busy.
Very good.
Been busy.
It's
Work
cooler
is-
in here today.
Yes, cooler outside.
Thank you, cold front.
It's been raining all day,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm okay with.
Rained all day. Well, not all day, but almost all day yesterday.
Trying to keep the energy up because it's all rainy and dreary outside. So.
That's my weather, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather have that than hot, sunny days. I hate
heat.
Yep.
I hate heat.
Do you like
Yeah.
heat? What's your optimal temperature?
70s. Just anywhere in there.
See,
69.8 degrees.
I'm more like 50s,
Really?
50 to 60.
See, I like winter.
Anything below 70.
I like winter because I've always had the analogy that you can only take so much off.
And then it
always-
becomes indecent exposure. And
Exactly.
then you go to jail for that.
There's laws and crap for that. So
Can't say I've experienced that. No, I'm just kidding.
I've only been brought to jail 2 or 3 times.
Then you can't, change the temperature, in the jail cell.
I'm a hoodie dude, though. I love hoodies.
Yes. I
Hoodie
have
weather is my jam.
Hoodies and jeans all day long.
Obviously, we don't have our festivals right now. But
Festivus for the rest of us.
yeah. You got a fly in your shirt, by the way.
Oh, he's gone.
It's gone.
Got him.
Got him.
Rough start to the podcast today.
So,
What have you guys been doing in your free time?
I've been editing this podcast this week. Getting used to a workflow.
Me too. Yeah, that's another thing we're working on is workflow. We're buying extra SD cards and
Yep, monitor.
monitor and
But what I found that's kind of cool is of other projects that I've been a part of, this is probably the one that I've had the most fun editing
yeah.
in a while.
Yeah.
It's not work to me.
Yeah,
Like-
we got another camera. Look, we can do here. We can do here.
Or
We can do
there.
here.
Or there.
We can do here.
Oh, wait, we got here.
We can do here. Cool. You guys can't see that audio
Yeah,
wise.
we're gonna edit that in. It's gonna be kind of cool.
We just look like we were pointing at 3 different areas, so that's all you can
Pretty much.
vision. So yeah, what was you saying?
No.
what did you do this week?
Oh yeah, what I do this
Oh, we
week.
were-
I said,
yeah.
I
We
bet
were
it basically
having fun.
having fun. I mean, I enjoy playing video games with you guys. We've been playing Call of Duty in the evenings when I'm not playing or not editing something.
I didn't game last week at all.
Finally got all of our stinking podcasts across the board on all these places.
Is Google it
I forgot about
as
that
of
one.
time recording? I don't know.
We'll check it. I think so. I'll
We
check
re-
it right now.
So we record these on Sunday nights, and then they go out on Fridays, just so everybody knows how we like our transparency. But no, I've been editing the video portion. I had a couple blips with dropout in batteries and recording time. So that stuff we're working on.
Constant power supplies now. We've
For
got
one of the cameras. Oh, shit.
monitor now to know we're recording. What happened?
I went to swat that fly and I smacked the microphone. But yeah, we keep on updating and upgrading. A little change over time. Each episode's probably going to look a little different every time until we find our groove.
Mm-hmm.
But
With all the planning and strategy, we only took 15 minutes to set up today, and get spent most of our time
waiting
chit
on me.
chat. Hey, for all those at home, we are
We're up on
Google.
On Google? Okay, cool.
Take a screenshot of that. There you go.
Send that to you.
Cool. So yeah, I spent my week editing and working. Not on editing, but
You've been
a lot of
working
work.
like a slave, man.
I'm so tired.
You did tens.
10-hour days.
What time did you get up?
First alarm was going off at like 4.
Gosh.
Because it's a 25-minute drive there.
Yeah.
But the first day I did 10. I went in at like 6:15. The next day was 6:30. But we're done with the project.
Sweet.
But now
Normalcy.
Now it's on to another one. But I'm going in for regular hours tomorrow.
But they
I'm told
don't
otherwise.
plan you to do 10-hour days.
No,
on the
boss
reg.
came over to the guy that was working on the project of at CNC table, and he goes, "So can we do 10s the rest of the week to get this out by Friday?" We're like, "Yeah." We
Yep.
got it done by Friday morning. Get it shipped out. So.
Nice.
We have the episode 1 is on YouTube.
Yep, it's on
Now?
YouTube finally.
So
42 gigs later for some reason.
Yeah. We're working on this
Still
stuff in the
didn't
background.
well, it's in 4K, but that's probably gonna be the only episode that'll be in 4K. So
Yeah.
enjoy it while you
Ex-
can.
experimental.
Yeah, enjoy it while
It's
you
over
can.
now, so
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry for you high def nerds. I don't know where I was going with that. What you been doing, Kevin?
Well, I been working on some of my stuff for my drone business. Got a hold of a guy from out of state to buy some equipment off of him for FPV goggles. What else did I do?
Would you mind?
There are things called Fat Shark FPV goggles, and they come with a transmitter and
It's like
everything.
your industry standard.
Yeah,
for FPV
yeah. I would have
investors.
gone with something different, but they're just so well known and so
Tried and true. I mean, everybody
yeah, tried and
uses
true. Yeah, for sure. What else did I do? I mean, a little bit of video gaming here and there. I also a friend of mine reached out to me, and we had worked on a project together in a couple of months ago during some of the COVID stuff, doing a lighting and a sound install. And so my friend does all those, but then I'm a professional lighting tech, I go in and design like a light show and stuff for him. So we had finished the project with them, but I guess they've decided that they wanted 2 more shows done.
Sweet.
And so I'm going to work on some of that here pretty soon, and and just trying to find some fun things to talk about. So,
which is pretty easy.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the nice thing about this style of show. There's always stuff to talk about.
yeah.
And what's pretty cool too, Saturday, all 3 of us sat down and got to watch episode 1 of the podcast on Tusco TV,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is
Yeah, it's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, so
Pretty
that's
sick.
another avenue. If anybody who's local who has Spectrum, it's channel 1021, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
1021.
Saturday nights at 10 after the show called Back to the Bexley, which is also another show you can see me in as well, with some really funny, cheesy, on purpose cheesy and horrible acting at times. It's meant to be.
We fit right in with the channel lineup.
Yeah. So that's another avenue. You can find us Saturday nights at 10 online or at Tesco.tv.
Yeah, Tusco.tv, and
Fast watch or
there's
something
a
like
watch live button around the top.
And we are again here at the Ezekiel Project Studio.
yeah.
Once again, so this is our home for right now. So we
Dig
like
it.
it here.
Have no intentions of leaving.
Yeah.
Very wonderful home.
Yeah. It saves us a lot of time and money and headache and planning that we can just come in here and boom, set up, good to go.
Yep.
So I want to say thank you again to them
Yeah.
for letting us do this. And yeah. So we can still find us on Facebook again, right? TikTok. We'll start getting up some videos here soon this week.
If it's still up.
It's so far. He said
So
Saturday.
far it's good.
It was Saturday.
We'll talk about it later because
Yeah.
I got a story on
I think it's okay now.
TikTok. We're fine, probably.
So TikTok, we'll start seeing some highlights, so just funny snippets of highlights. And Twitter, Instagram, so Facebook, YouTube, Tesco.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You can.
And
I mean, you can get to
website.
all of the stuff. Like if you go to, so we actually have our website pointed to the anchor page now. So if you go to midnightsnackpodcast.com, you'll see the anchor page, and it's got all the information there, including links to every single one of our social media platform locations, and yeah, and also something else.
Everywhere where you can listen to.
There's also something else on that page.
What's that?
There's a spot to support the podcast.
Yes, because we can't do this for free.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, we could.
we can.
We enjoyed it enough.
Yeah.
But we have
there's-
made a whopping 31 cents.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's like the most profitable thing I think I've ever done.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Stream. I've made more of that on streams. But
No.
it took me a while to get there, but
But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty cool to be able to see.
somebody wants to be an underwriter of the show, just hit us up at info@midnightsnackpodcast.com.
Exactly.
May give you a random shout out.
But it's pretty sweet. So you go you go to the you go to the anchor page. There's a big button on the middle that says to support. You can do $1 a month, 99 cents a month. Support whatever you feel you want to. Feed our mouth holes. We fill not feel.
I'm not feeling your ear hole. You can you can pick your friends and you can pick your ear hole.
Clap it over again. Start over.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your ear holes, but you can't pick your friends' ear holes. But we can sure
Fill
your ear
fill
holes.
our mouths so that we can fill
Fill.
your ear holes.
Ear holes with some our sexy chicken voices. No, I can't say that. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm gonna do.
So use like a funny word though, like
Chicken.
yeah, exactly. Do that and take the audio clip from chicken.
Yeah.
and put that there. So yeah. But yeah, that's a cool thing you can do as well. We definitely appreciate it. We're not trying to make obviously it'd be kind of cool if this was like a job, but we're not trying to do that right now.
Yep, doing it for fun.
Just doing it for fun.
'Cause
We
need
pay
something to do.
we pay $100 a month for the space.
Yep.
If that's all we get covered, I'm dope with that. I'm dope with that. Is that a thing? No, it's pretty cool. It's dope. It's dope.
I'm hip with the kids nowadays.
I'm dope with that,
Fitting in with all the youngsters.
Yeah. Them chidlums.
Yeah. Youngins.
Anyway, first topic.
So here we started out something last week with some good news.
Mhm.
So does anyone know of any? If not, I do.
It's been a really crappy week for me, so I'm just kidding. It hasn't, honestly.
I mean, what I was going to share was, I mean, obviously this is going to be a week from now, but on the day that we filmed this, we actually had some astronauts come back from space.
That's really dope.
Which
Well, it's just an occurrence all the time, but what was special about it?
Right. It was special because, for a lot of things, really. There was, it was done through SpaceX, which is
First
not
private company to send
Right.
astronauts into space.
Right.
Crazy.
And on top of that, there was they came back in an actual capsule, not in a full on space shuttle like they've done in the past. Am I forgetting anything?
Hail Elon.
Yep. Yeah, so this was a demonstration mission for what's to come later this year. I think they're going to be sending up an actual set of 4 astronauts. That Dragon crew module can do 4 astronauts, where they only just did 2 this time. They only stayed up there for a couple months, and it was mainly just a demonstration of making sure everything can work. And
But if you didn't get to watch
Test it.
the launch in the dock, you got to watch that. You got to watch it because it's amazing.
Well, no, it was the one thing that I absolutely love about SpaceX is watching the insanely hyped crowd in the background.
which we don't have right now.
Right. Which honestly, that was kind of sad and heartbreaking. But the fact that they made it back completely safe and sound that we know of.
Yeah, that's before I came up here. They were still inside of it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
they hadn't opened up yet.
they, whenever I left, they had gotten
They
one
got
of the
out?
guys out.
Okay.
I don't know of their condition, but
Should be fine. They said
yeah,
they were
didn't-
comfortable sitting inside of there waiting around. That thing is like a Rolls Royce when it comes to going to
Dude,
space.
the thing came back on its own,
It got-
completely on its own.
Yeah,
it
they
went up on its own too.
Right.
It docked AI,
They
everything
are
else
there
is
just to
automated.
They're there just to monitor That's all.
Yeah.
Everything, it just takes control.
Right.
They're not controlling it, except for a little bit near the end, but they're there basically to just monitor the systems.
It's crazy.
Which is
and
insane.
Make sure everything works just fine. But yeah, I mean, their space suits that they went up in are super cool. So the big thing
Those are brand new too.
Yeah, so the big thing is good that we can launch now from America, from reusable rockets and reusable capsules and all that stuff with SpaceX is, but to get any of astronauts or any organization from around the world, you have to go to Russia and go on one of the Soyuz rockets, and I forget the price of a seat, which is millions
Right.
just to get up there. So this is going to make it cheaper for Americans to be able to get up there, which I mean,
reusable rockets. It's crazy.
I mean, they're using some of those suckers up to 9-10 times before they retire.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah, if you've never watched a
Well, it's
SpaceX
only-
launch,
it's the only people who are
they
doing
they
it.
literally have the rocket come back to Earth and land itself.
Yep, and then they just fix it up, clean it up, re-outfit it, and it's good to go.
And here I
And
have
the boosters and everything also come back and land, right?
That's what.
Yeah, that's-
everything
yeah.
of the shuttle, not just every aspect of the shuttle has a retrieval process for it, which is insane.
Yeah, they just did a fairing catch. Their last launch, they launched some of their Starlink satellites. They just caught the fairings. They have two
I'm
big
excited
boats.
to see what
with, like,
Starlink does.
They have like two big boats that have these huge nets, and the fairings just land on them. If
They-
they have to maneuver the boat to get
the
underneath them.
drone drone ships.
Drone ships.
They have the funniest names ever.
Of course, I Still Love You, and I forget the other one.
read the instructions.
Yeah, read instructions. The California one,
And-
and of course, I Still Love You. There's three of them, but two of them have the same name.
Oh,
I think it's read your.
Oh, I
read
thought
the
they all had
instructions
different names.
I think they're the same because I think there's two out west, and then
oh,
of course, I Still Love You is the East Coast one.
right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And on top of that, I don't think it was SpaceX, but I want to say it was a division of NASA. Ended up sending off another rocket earlier
That
this
was
week.
just NASA.
Was-
That
yeah,
was straight up NASA.
and ended up sending the first ever drone to Mars.
It's chilly right now.
Flying, yes, yeah. So yeah, it was a rover and a drone
Yeah.
and a helicopter, basically a helicopter.
Oh, it was okay. I
It's
thought
a
it was
rover, it's
just
a Perseverance rover, and it's
okay.
also got its own helicopter that goes with. But the hard part is the atmosphere is so much different to try to fly.
Oh, sure.
on
Well, yeah,
Mars.
it's not like your typical like 4-rotor drone like you would
It's-
see here on
it's a
Earth.
two rotors
Right.
stacked on top.
Which
of
I'm
each other.
like is very fascinating on
But
like
we have
how
regular
they
helicopters do that here.
Yeah.
Like Cobra.
yeah, right.
Cobra's a two.
But like did it have any sort of like thruster capability to be able to like move? Because like how does it know where
It's
to?
probably just got a gyroscope in it and leans it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I've never looked into how those
They had
work.
a little
Take
problem
apart.
right after launch. It got too cold and they had
Yeah.
a little bit
Right.
of communication hiccup, but it went down into safe mode. But it should be fine. But it's gonna take. I forget what it
Did
was.
it come back out of safe mode?
I don't know if it. I don't know yet, to be honest.
Because it got caught in the shadow of something, didn't it?
Shadow of Earth.
Or
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
just
got too cold.
a little bit.
Everyone's
Just-
like, did they not know it was going to be cold? I mean,
well, yeah.
I think
It just
they were.
freaked its system out.
Yeah,
by
they.
itself.
I
No.
think they were planning on it actually not being in Earth's shadow whenever
Oh.
they went.
Well, did you ever see how they landed the Curiosity? That video. It's called the 7 Minutes of Hell, and how they
lost visual.
Yeah, well, there's a 7 roughly minute delay from the communications between here and Mars.
Right.
And so the Curiosity rover is inside of its pod, and once it starts the entry in the atmosphere, we don't know if it lands until 7 minutes later. So, and it does all of its stuff. So, I mean, there's a really cool video out there where the capsule comes in. It's got to blow the bottom off and get it out of the way. Otherwise, it can't get the drone out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got to get that out of there, and it actually hovers and drops the rover on. But then it's got to hurry up and get the top part out of the way, and it just blasts off and gets
so
out of
awesome.
there so it doesn't crash land into it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
it's
sick.
crazy how they do it. But yeah, there's 7 minutes they don't know, so they have to wait for 7 minutes to realize if it landed or not.
Yeah.
But just cool to think of the rover as like Wall-E. It's got like and just lands and it just looks around and there's
What?
nothing. It's just it. Is that sucker still rolling around?
Yeah.
But yeah, I could talk about space for a whole episode. What do you got?
Yeah. So
Sorry.
that was my feel good story for
Sweet.
the week.
What you got?
You guys ever hear about the? I've teased this, told you guys a little bit, but the how 10% of the internet I said is protected under lava lamps.
I heard about that, yeah.
So how do lava lamps help with internet encryption? Cloudflare, which is a huge
Gosh,
what would you call it?
they're like the DNS of the internet.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. It's like, so the article says, how does Cloudflare use lava lamps to help with encryption? Randomness is extremely important for secure encryption. Each key to that computer uses to encrypt data must be truly random so that the attacker won't be able to figure out the key to encrypt the data. So basically what is going on is,
It's rain.
is that rain? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's raining outside.
We had
Sorry.
like a ceiling,
We were like-
or a floor of audio just go.
I thought the fan turned on or something.
Yeah, I
but
thought too. I was like,
I looked over.
did we all respond to that? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like stopped. I'm like, who turned the fan on? Did we leave it on?
yeah,
Hope your windows are up.
yeah. Mine are good.
You're up?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. Mine's up. But to produce the unpredictable, chaotic data necessary for strong encryption, a computer must have a source of random data. The real world turns out to be a great source for randomness. Holy cow.
Right.
Sorry, guys, if this is going to be a little weird for the audio, but we can hear it in our headphones here.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
nuts.
it's pouring.
Let me check the weather real
Good
quick.
thing we didn't leave the garage doors open.
Yeah.
If we come offline, we'll be off. We'll be back online in a little while.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
It's only rain. There's no thunderstorms.
No. The real world turns out to be a great source of randomness because events in the physical world are unpredictable. So basically, they're using a wall of lava lamps. Let me see if I can get to collect data. Cloudflare has arranged about 100 lava lamps on one of the walls in the lobby of the Cloudflare headquarters and mounted a camera pointing at the lamps. The camera takes photos of the lamps at regular intervals and sends the image to Cloudflare servers. All digital images are really stored by computers as a series of numbers, with each pixel having its own numerical value, so that each image becomes a string of totally random numbers that the Cloudflare servers can then use as a starting point to create secure encryption keys.
Basically, what it comes down to is someone was drunk,
Somebody was
Cloudflare.
high.
and drunk at
Hippies,
Cloudflare,
you know, no,
and they're
just-
like, "How can we encrypt things? I'm really tired of coming up with numbers on my own."
But it's probably the guy that had the lava lamp sitting by
Yeah.
his bed late at night, and he's,
Exactly.
He
saw it
he's
move.
awake. Well, no, he falls asleep, and then popping up off his bed is like 100 miles an hour, and goes, "Hey, I got an idea."
And then there's 100 of them.
Yeah. So I think I
Cool
think
idea,
that's
though.
super cool.
That's not a new. I mean, it's a new.
They've been doing this article
This
from
thing's
a while
yeah.
back.
This is not a new concept. Wow, that rain. New concept as far as
This is, we're just
Yeah.
immersing everybody into
yeah,
it.
just relax.
I'm trying to figure out when this article.
We'll have a moment of silence. with
This is
rain.
what is that? ASMR?
Yeah. Hey, there's sun peeking through. That's kind of cool. But yeah, what?
What do you mean peeking through? It's light outside.
You can see the reflection of like something over the top. Anyways,
Gotcha.
but yeah, to be able to use something like that to just randomize things, like it's pretty cool.
And yeah, and it's not something that's done by humans, so it's real
Yeah.
world unpredictable.
And there's cameras on each one, right?
No, it's just a camera on a full wall, and it takes that whole wall
Ooh.
of pixels, and it takes that whole picture of 100 lava lamps. Just does
crazy.
it that way. Because lava lamps are 100% unpredictable and random as they
Yeah.
flow through. But
That's
you
pretty
imagine
That literally
just stopped.
That was the rain stopping on a dime, by the way. Wow.
that's weather for Ohio for you there. It's Ohio weather.
Welcome to Ohio.
But yeah, I just thought that was super cool. I don't have a date from when this article was, but it was a little while back.
Yeah. No, it's just cool to see what they're, another company just kind of being innovative.
Cloudflare's they host like 10% of the World Wide Web.
Yeah, I mean, when you
That's
hear
why,
about
like,
all
you
these
hear
major
about-
services like having brownouts,
Yeah,
it's
it's
usually
usually because
just
of Cloudflare.
Cloudflare.
Which is weird because if they're using lava lamps as part of their security, like how is that? It might not be the little lava lamp section that's getting.
Yeah.
Because I'm not assuming that. I don't assume that they use only lava lamps. I assume it's probably just one
That's
of
for
the
encryption.
layers. Yeah.
DNS though is a whole nother animal, and that's
Yeah.
like, I mean, once there's a cookie in the pot that's missing, it's like you can't fix that unless you just start over, and it takes time.
Yeah.
So,
I just thought it was just a super cool idea.
no, it's very cool.
But yeah, I think that was. I wonder if there's any other way you could create anything random like that. If there's something else that.
Well, it certainly beats. I mean, think about it. They have technology at their disposal, right? So they could have built an engine somewhere or something to be able to randomize numbers for them, but instead they chose a physical analog to be the differentiator between digits, which is
And
kind of cool.
Part of the article says, "Why can't computers create randomness?" It says computers run on logic. A computer program is based on if-then statements. If certain conditions are met, then perform this specific action.
Which
So
we've
the
done a
same
good job.
input into a program results the same output every time.
Yeah. We've done a pretty decent job of emulating randomness
Yeah.
to the human perspective
Yeah.
in a lot of different things. Not a lot of
there's
things
still
from
things
my
that we
development,
can't do.
I've seen them before. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It's definitely a unique approach. You want me to talk?
Go for
Want
it.
me to talk? Okay.
We need to work on transitions a little better.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been dodging this article because I really don't want to talk about it, but I really do want to talk about it, and you'll know why. Okay.
Yeah.
If you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard yet, all the big names in tech have been getting grilled by Congress.
Yeah, just last week they all got
I mean,
drug in, and beat up.
and there's a lot of it's multifaceted of what's been going on. So it's not like I want to sit here and talk about every little aspect of it, but they bring up some pretty cool points.
Do you have an example of some of those names?
Yeah. Okay. So we have Amazon, Facebook, Google. There was someone else. Who was it?
Did Apple? I think Apple was there, wasn't it?
Oh, Apple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon, Apple, Google, and
Facebook.
Facebook. How did I forget Apple? I work for them.
I know. Oversight committee. No.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But basically, what they were saying is that the gist of it, like, why did they actually meet up, is that they were concerned about the legislation that's in place for regulating these large industries. So they were concerned that by them having such a monopoly over the industry in their own area, one of the concerns they have is that they're controlling everything from production to concept to delivery to the whole 9 yards, and all the way up to when it's in your hands. Mm-hmm. And they're the ones creating the system for that. And Congress is kind of going, okay, so what do we do for the other? Because we know business appreciates competition, right? Competition's good for it.
Yeah, drives down
prices, and that's the concern.
Creates innovation.
Yeah. So,
but then if there is no competition,
yeah, then where's the
you have a
innovation?
monopoly.
Yeah. And those people that are creating new technologies, emerging technologies, things that show up on things like what's the site you like to go all the time?
I don't know.
Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
Kickstarter. It's the brainy people that have ideas.
Those are the people that you should be supporting.
Yeah. And those people get put into a spot with like an Apple or a Google, and they go, yeah, that's cool, but
can't compete.
Do this.
Yeah.
And then there's a limitation of what they can actually accomplish. Although they have a person that can perform the task and the job, what does that do for the innovation aspect of it? And all these companies, I know that they have like a creative element to them. But the issue comes in with, how do we regulate such a thing and how do we keep them in check? Because right now they're such a large power that they literally control. Let's look at Amazon.
Well, I just pulled it up here. I wanted to look up the list of companies that Amazon has acquired. And you have things like IMDb. I'm going to just read off some of the ones that I know. I mean, IMDb, I'm still going through 20 lists here, or 20 different companies here. I mean, they've just bought Twitch a couple of years ago, Box Office Mojo, Woot. They finally got Woot there a while back. Let's see. It's still going. There's like 102 that they've acquired. Mm-hmm. 102 different businesses that Amazon now has acquisition of.
And then now they're the regulators.
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out what we can do to actually make that better, not just for industry and for jobs and for the workers that do the jobs, but for the consumer, because now we're talking about they control everything, including the price.
Yeah.
And when someone comes out with like another phone, I think of like the competition between like Samsung and Huawei. Mm-hmm. Like they brought killer phones to the market. And Samsung, I mean, they're making pretty good phones still, and they still have high prices. But, I mean, you can find a lot of that same technology, but then you look at all the drama that came out with Huawei this past year with all the bannings and
the 5G ban over there.
Everything. Right? I mean, it's just insane. But they had no way to even fight.
Yeah.
They have nothing. So, yeah, it's just interesting to see. I highly, look at Amazon, how they handled the pandemic. The sheer amount of influx of money and product and the people that are trying to sell their product on Amazon because of the convenience factor.
Yeah.
And do you know anyone else that's been surviving through this, like a delivery service, other than like the random FedEx and random UPS that might come through. Like Amazon has their own trucks now. Like this is going beyond. Hey, we have this thing on our site.
A lot of my stuff still. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of my stuff still comes from Amazon. Still comes from USPS or something like that.
Yeah. But by and large, like just look at like the new trucks that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have their own. Like our nearest depot is in Worcester, and they have their own trucks, and they have their own tracking numbers. Like they're not only
watched the truck. Like I watched.
Yeah.
A funny little story is I watched an Amazon truck be like 200 yards away from the house, and my house was supposed to be the next drop off, and then I watched it like turn around and go back into town and then disappear and go all the way back up, and I'm like,
missed my house.
I'm right here, and he went
Throw
all the way
it out
back.
the door.
He was at the end of the day, and the doofus had to come all the way back down here at the beginning of the day the next day to drop off my product where he was like 30 seconds away from. And I'm like, and it wasn't anything I needed, like it wasn't important. I
What a
just found
jerk.
it like, I don't know if it was an oversight. Did he not have it on there? But my product showed like it was supposed to be on that truck, but
Yeah.
it was that like next house down and just whoop left.
Yeah.
Because I thought I saw him going back into town. And I'm like, oh, maybe he'll come back out. And then it just kept getting, every time I check it, he'd be like farther away
Yeah.
and farther away. And I'm like, nope, he ain't coming today.
Which is great. I like the fact that we're creating jobs, industry, things are fine, that we're doing good. I just can see the concern from Congress when we moved away from not only can I provide product at your front door, but hey, I'm going to do your truck now. I'm going to be your packaging. I'm going to do all the
It also
everything.
makes sense for them on a
Well, yeah, it makes
like
for,
business stand for it, just to not have to
Yeah.
have third party your
yeah.
stuff out.
But and I don't think they're trying. I don't think the objective, and I have to go back to the article. I don't think the objective is to limit what Apple and what Google and what Amazon can do.
Yeah.
I think they're saying that someone needs to speak for you because no one. You're
they're just
literally
doing
you're
what they-
it.
they-
You're
yeah,
the
they've
you're
been
where the bar's at.
Doing what they want.
Yeah.
On stuff too.
So. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had for that article. It's just it's a whole hodgepodge of things. You've got Zuckerberg answering for things. You've got Bezos answering for
Of him
things.
surfing. That came out. He had so much suntan lotion on his face. You could literally. It looked like a mime. I'm not kidding you. There's a picture of him on the surfboard, and that dude is just the biggest dork out there ever right now. But holy cow! I mean, he had half a bottle of lotion on his face
Yeah.
because he's pale white and he never goes out and does anything. Did you ever see the video of him when he's talking about smoking pork?
No.
My gosh, somebody cut it up. He was doing like a live stream from his backyard, and he was talking about he was smoking meats. Oh, that's what it was. Just look up Zuckerberg smoking meats, but somebody cut it to every time he said smoked meats, smoking meats, and it's just like a 4-minute cut of him talking about, we're gonna do some smoked meats, smoking meats. He's such a dork. I will say it. He's a dork. He's just a dork.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I always thought it was kind of interesting the way Facebook started. It was only for college kids.
Yeah.
You had to have a college email address to be able to sign up.
Yep, I remember that.
First get that. It was sometime whenever I was in high school and that.
That's pretty crazy
started,
too.
but,
It's weird
you know.
to think that we've been around through all of social media's creation.
Yeah, it started way before Facebook, but Facebook was what? I mean, what was your first social media platform? Zanga.
MySpace.
MySpace, and I was a Zanga guy.
Yeah.
Zanga was in for me I don't know if I did in 8th grade, but it was like high school. I started having friends, but it was so funny because is it still around? It might still be around, but
I'm about to find out.
I went like years ago, went back and like was able to find my page again and look at all the stuff. And
You found your page.
Gosh, dude, it was so bad.
Zanga 2.0 is here.
So cringy. Are they still innovating?
Yeah.
Ooh.
An update to the servers.
They're beating a dead
Tons
horse.
of updates. Wow.
But I looked back and it was like, okay, I know what was going on and who these posts were like meant for, and I was just like a love-struck nerd back then, and that's all it was. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. But I don't even know. I could tell you what if I even know what my login information is anymore. But then I did Facebook, or MySpace, did the whole top friends list.
I was going to say
My
that.
funniest thing about the whole MySpace friends list thing was Stephen Colbert when he had his talk show. He also had a MySpace, and his top 10 friends were also Stephen Colbert. But he had like 10, 15 accounts made, and all of those accounts were all him. His top favorite friends were all himself.
Wow.
And it was all different pictures of like him with the Eagles or
Yeah.
whatever else. I just found that super funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the NBA started this week,
Yay.
which we're not none of us are major NBA fans.
MLB. Let's talk.
Yeah, I mean, sports in general, we all, have like our own individual sports and stuff. But
Rocket League. Sorry.
but this
Esports.
week, and here's the thing, I didn't watch much of it just because honestly, I didn't even know what was going on until the day after when I was like saw it on the news, and sure enough, it's there.
Oh, look at that.
Now, so I don't know if they did this at all on any of the
Other
NBA
ones.
games that were played,
Yet.
but
Yet.
yeah, it's supposed to be coming here
Oh,
pretty soon,
okay.
and that is virtual fans.
This is just dumb.
Digital age,
Yeah.
man. Welcome to 2020.
That's just pure. It's just
It's
laziness.
just-
Well,
No,
so
we can't be in there watch the games.
so there's
It's just for the aspect of us watching it on TV or listening to it on the.
right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's
go ahead.
there, there's
Does it sound-
two.
You ever
There's,
listen to a UFC fight with
Well,
no
yeah,
fans?
it's weird.
It's cool because you can actually hear the punches and
oh,
kicks.
oh, I
You can
mean
actually
that
hear
part's
that.
cool.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
To hear that.
Yeah.
I get. I'll let you finish your thing, but I get that this is more for the players than it is for the people.
Right.
No, I didn't say the way around.
Well,
I
It's more
don't.
for the
so
people. rather
so
than the
that's the
players.
thing.
Are they
There's-
playing it in?
there's,
Okay,
there's
go ahead.
two aspects of this. So there is the aspect of it's just helping the crowd because you obviously aren't going to see the virtual fans in the stadium because they haven't made that
I want
technology yet.
cardboard cutouts in every seat.
It's a freaking screen.
I know.
I did hear though, MLB. I don't know if all of them are doing it, but I did hear that MLB is actually pumping in audio through their speaker system of like crowds and
At the
stuff.
stadium.
that's
At the
great.
stadium.
Yes,
Okay.
just because it allows the players to at least.
Play off of it.
Football
Yeah.
teams do that for practice. I got to watch the Cincinnati Bengals at their practice field one day.
Wow.
And they have speakers that sit off to the side, and there's a guy that runs like
Wow.
white noise, and it's super loud because they need to be able to practice what it's like being in the stadium because you
yeah,
can't
that's
hear
fair.
jack squat
Yeah,
in
because
your
if you
stadium.
aren't, if you aren't being loud.
That's smart.
Yeah, you've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Never thought of that.
yeah, it was cool because we're standing there. I mean, we're right on the sideline of the whole team. Everybody's practicing, and I was like, "Well, that's cool that they've got
Man.
like a."
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it was cool.
So, so it sounds like there's different experiences of this whole virtual fan experience thing. So let's say, I'll throw the question out there. So NBA is talking about virtual fans. So obviously the fans aren't going to be in the crowd and everything. Do you think it's a silly thing to have on the stream itself? However they do it,
So when you
because
say virtual fans, does it like actually look like people sitting there, or is it just the sound? Of people there?
according to a couple articles, it sounds like they're trying to make it look like actual
Okay.
people.
So
are
they're
sitting in
they're
there.
actually
It's
putting
just for
displays in front of every chair.
Kind of like how you would see on a video
And
Oh,
you
game.
but it's
can-
actual like
And
an
you
actual
can
physical.
rent. Yes, you can rent your seat and physically be in the game
Yeah.
Oh,
from your chair.
I just thought they were just doing it digitally.
No.
Well, I mean, they may be doing it.
It might be one single screen, but you're renting your seat and you're able to see
Yeah.
from that perspective.
But like I'm saying, like maybe is there other ways that they can
Oh, sure.
actually make it to where it looks like just a computerized
Well, I mean,
person?
They do it for movies all the time, but that's not live.
for all our Apple fans, all your memojis will be able to be on the screen with like your big cat
Well,
faces and stuff.
because look at like the NBA video games.
Yeah.
They have like realistic looking crowds, at least on the main
I
floor.
mean, it can be
Usually
done
it's
because that's
just
what they do for movies, for like big war scenes.
But they're saying
Thousands.
that you would be able to, it would look like you're in the seat and be able to watch the game that way.
So
Which then it brings to my mind, like, what are you going to use your phone?
Yeah, so
And like, how are they? How are they?
Is there a
cutting-
webcam on each one or
it's
something?
going to be
Is that
like
what
a
you mean?
Zoom call.
Yeah,
One big NBA Zoom call.
yeah. And everybody's not paying attention. Everybody's audio on their end.
you,
It's just
you laugh about that, but I
pumping
did actually have a friend of mine that hosted a full-on Bible study with 800 people in it.
Using
Hope it-
Zoom.
Yeah,
Yes.
I seen
Whew,
it.
poor
Hope he hit.
internet.
Hope he hit. Mute all.
Yes, yes. He
Can you imagine? Oh my god!
The wall of
I
voices.
want to experience 800 all at the same time. I mean, yeah, it would just
it would be white noise.
yeah, because people
Wow.
just use their speakers and it pumps out of the speakers back into the microphones and
Right.
Reverberation.
So I guess what
Feedback, actually.
out of so there's like supposedly from us discussing there's 3 different versions of virtual fans. So you got the audio only, you got the virtual the computerized fans sitting in the crowd, or you actually have the streaming version, which is what
Physical
you're
screens.
right. So which one of those do you think would be acceptable for what sport?
Oh, the cost of that though.
That's the I keep.
Well,
so
I
I keep
mean,
going back to the technology.
cost
My-
no
Cost
option.
cost of the physical boards doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
My thing is, how much is this going to drive up cost for the fan?
Yeah, and how much does it cost extra for?
Yeah, to be
for that
honest,
option?
I don't know. The article that I ended up finding, I don't think lists that.
I think it would be smart for them to roll this out in sections. Have a portion of the stadium that has this. Have a portion of the
Well, how
main
so
area
okay?
for
How much
NBA,
effort are we
like
putting
that.
this in, and how long is it going to last for until we?
Well,
yeah,
at
but
least one
we
season.
We don't know. So it's like, if they do this for all the MVPs that are buying season tickets for stuff, and it's your major
I mean, I looked at tickets.
filmmakers and
Yeah.
movie stars that buy those tickets. But basically, I mean, it would be. I think what they're shooting for here is that you would buy your ticket for that seat, and then you would physically be in that location, and you'd be able to watch the game from home from that perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah.
But
how much is that extra cost? Because you got to. I mean, but all of our major league sports have millions of dollars just sitting around anyways because everything's overcharged anyways.
do you think it does? Like, you guys have been to baseball games, right?
Yeah, long time.
There's nothing like it.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah, it's
can't
crazy.
you can't
No, you can't
consume
emulate
that
it, but they're just trying the
from
hardest
a
to get.
2D perspective. You just can't do that. I'm curious to see how they pull it off. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying,
And is it worth it?
is it
Right.
worth it? Is it worth the investment? Are they just doing this on a knee-jerk reaction to COVID?
Well, and it's
Probably.
just
It wasn't-
so
they wouldn't have done it otherwise. There's
it's
no reason
so
to.
interesting to see how such big I don't know if entities is the right word when it comes to sports and like sports companies and businesses and that kind of stuff are all trying to gather around and continue. I don't think all of them are sitting there saying, "Hey, we need to do this to continue making more money." I think they're doing it to be like, "Hey, we appreciate our fans and want to be able to give our fans a good experience because this clearly, this environment is not going away for quite a while." I know it's sad to say. I wish I didn't have to say that.
That's why esports are awesome because you don't have to be anywhere.
I mean, honestly, yeah, they've
why esports
they are
are-
currently having the leg up.
Yeah, you're seeing it already, as in, NASCAR drivers or whatever IndyCar racers racing from their homes and other sports like that. So I
Right.
think now is where everybody realizes, oh, esports isn't that's not that nerdy
Right.
and not dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Rocket League, RLCS is going on right now. They're just now starting.
Yeah,
We're not affected by it. Everybody
Right.
plays their regional championships from your house.
Mhm.
Until now, it got screwed up because we were supposed to have the world championships in April. Well, that got screwed up for this year.
so because those are usually live, right? Yeah,
Those are a 3-day event live,
Right.
but they had to figure out how to do that because there's $1 million payout for
right.
first place.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Just imagine if this pandemic happened, like back in the 90s or something like that.
This
To the-
wasn't available.
yeah,
We-
like
well, we
none of
already had
this.
H1N1 we have 59 million more deaths
Okay,
Yeah,
to reach
Mhm,
H1N1
but-
level.
we're trying to steer the ship non-politically. So
No, I know.
No,
I'm just
sure,
saying.
yeah.
yeah,
No, but I'm
it's
saying
true.
this is
It's
nothing
true.
like different.
It's not like we
Right,
haven't
right.
faced this before.
No,
right.
But-
it's happened all the time.
But the way that we're handling it, to
Just
his
handle-
point,
yeah.
yeah,
this is the first time that we've ever had something of a accessible through a phone app
Yeah.
to be
Well-
able to do work from home conditions.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, having adoption from businesses, both small and large,
right,
to completely change their work structure.
right.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
And-
a lot of
and
people are
this
working
is-
from home now.
This is why we made our podcast,
Exactly.
because tech is awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And because we wanted to get out of the house for once.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's just my take on
It's interesting.
everything about it, because it's like I mean, like you said, when it comes to something like a baseball game, NBA game, whatever it is, when it's live, it's an awesome experience and it's super
And
fun
you
to go
can't-
to.
You can't emulate it.
Right, you can't emulate it, and so it's like I know those businesses want to continue that in the future, but they currently can't. So you gotta adapt to the change, and
Exactly.
and as much as I want it to be that way in the future, I got we all have to wait it out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you get people that are bored, like this teenager that hacked higher ups or bigger.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's called a segue.
See, I did good. Give me some.
Yeah.
That was solid.
All right, cool.
What
Thanks.
Wait,
10.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a poet slam. Jeez. Poetry slam? No, thank you. The Florida teen now facing 30 felony charges for hacking on Twitter. Police have arrested a suspect in this month's major Twitter hack, compromised high-profile accounts belonging to Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Apple, Uber, Barack Obama, and dozens others.
it's crazy.
The Hillsborough State Attorney's Office said that the investigation involving the FBI, the IRS, and the Secret Service, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of California, the Florida law enforcement agency, has led to arrest of a 17-year-old.
17.
17-year-old was able to hack a bunch of those Twitter accounts.
It's not a small cell of geniuses in the middle of the state somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a 17-year-old
he had
boy.
2 other accomplices, I think, but
Yeah, he didn't do this
messages
alone, but
posted
still.
to the compromised Twitter accounts asked followers to make payments to Bitcoin accounts and promised to pay double when deposited. And that's one you always see on Elon Musk's posts.
Yeah.
There's always and you
Flexing.
look down at, well, no, Elon Musk will post something, but then there'll be an account that is like Elon with 2 N's, and it makes it look exactly like Elon Musk, and it's always something about Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
the fake
every-
accounts that
yes.
emulate. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I thought you
that
meant him posting. I'm like,
No, there's if you always look in the comments of his Twitter post, there's always another fake Elon trying to get. And there's people that like fall for that every time, and I don't get it.
And the other thing on top of that too, like it's the whole issue they ran into, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that they were trying to understand the validity now of the verified checkmark
Yeah.
and whether that means anything anymore
Yeah, what it takes to get it. and stuff.
because of how easy the access is to the account. So that's
Yeah,
something
and
to
it
talk about at
said
some
teen
point, too.
reportedly pulled in more than $100,000 in a single day.
Wow. In his underwear. And
yep.
Sitting in his chair at home.
Well, now he's not because he's in his underwear in jail.
Pretty much.
Organized fraud he's got 1 count of organized fraud, 17 counts of communications fraud over $300, fraudulent use of personal information over $100,000 or 30 or more victims, 1 count, 10 counts of fraudulent use of personal information, and 1 count of access computer or electronic device without authority, scheme to defraud. But there was also
This dude was like bored on another level.
Or he had no idea what he was doing.
It's like Nicolas Cage in National Treasure. You know what? I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. That's what he did. He's like, honey,
Get the Bitcoin address ready.
that's exactly. But he also wasn't there. I think there was 2 other accomplices. Shortly after the teen's apprehension, 3 more arrests were announced. 19-year-old Mason Shepard.
Gosh, everyone says the name Mason.
What?
Every Mason in there, I'll do that. I have that
Mason.
problem.
Of somewhere. He's from the UK. 22-year-old Nima of Orlando, Florida, and another juvenile who cannot be named for some reason.
If your name is Mason and you listen to this podcast, I'm so sorry.
Gosh, Mason, you're going to be the new Chad. New Karen.
Exactly.
There was a radio show that I watched called Jason PJ. They're down in, I think they're down in New Zealand. But they had a caller come in. Or they had a caller about, her name was Karen. And PJ asked her, like, what do you think about this whole Karen thing? And the lady said, I don't really like it. And one of the producers happened to be in the studio as well. And he goes, typical Karen. Lost it.
Oh,
She's like, he's like, I really don't like it. He goes, typical Karen.
Wow.
I freaking love that show. Wish we could listen to them, but they're like 14 hours ahead.
Yeah.
But I just watch all their highlights. But yeah, if you want to hack Twitter,
Don't.
or at least do it right and don't get caught.
Use a VPN. No shitting.
Bounce it around 10 times before you actually get it back to your.
Randomized proxy. Just do something.
Use
crazy.
lava lamps in your house.
And it was at this moment no VPNs will ever sponsor us again.
And this was the last podcast we ever made.
Just
Shut
use a
it down.
VPN to hack all of Twitter.
Oh, we
But yeah, if
actually
you're
don't-
bored, don't do that.
Yeah.
if you're not bored, don't do that.
Just play video
Don't do
games.
that.
Go play Call of Duty.
If you're gonna do that, just like hack in Fortnite or something. That might even get you in trouble too.
If you're gonna do that, just don't do that.
Just don't do that. You do you.
You do.
You do you,
Instead of it is what it is. It should be It do, but what it doobie doobie do.
I wasn't prepared for that one. Oh gosh.
But yeah, just don't do that. That's basically the story.
I love how you made that into a question.
Doobie doobie doo.
Doobie doobie do what?
Oh my gosh.
This is what you
That's
get.
great.
This is what you get. This is what you listen to for feeling your ear holes.
You're welcome.
Gonna feel your ear holes.
Phil, not feel.
Yeah, that's what I know. I just did that on purpose.
We're gonna have to from now on.
There we go.
now
Start
on-
over.
Bring it back in.
From now on, we have to make sure we like just sit there and pronunciate. Fill your ear holes.
Phil.
That'd make a good audio clip.
Phil.
Your face just like getting red. Veins popping out of your head.
Anyways, moving on.
What?
I got something interesting to talk about.
No, you
Are you
don't.
done?
Yes.
Okay.
I closed my article out. I'm done.
I'm bringing up an old concept, an old story.
Mullets?
It's resurfaced. It resurfaced.
Mullets.
No, not mullets.
Mullets.
They are coming back though, unfortunately.
A friend of mine's getting one back here on pipeline. I said, you got to get that sucker big. They keep sending me Snapchats.
No, so I wanted to talk about Apple. Shocker, right?
We're not going that far back.
No, but it's going to piggyback off of something I talked about last week a little bit, but most of this isn't the same though. So Apple is actually still in that investigation with the slowing down of iPhones or iOS devices.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's been a thing for a while.
Still a thing, but their settlement payouts are still
And
going
bending
on.
in your pocket because they're just so flexible. Do you see that?
Yeah, but that's not what this one's
Flexible
about.
phones.
No,
What's that?
I don't know. My lip itched. My lip itched. Do you ever have that happen?
Bitten into a spittoon.
But yeah, Apple, they're still paying out as high as $25 in the settlement per iPhone owner for slowing down iPhones.
Oh, they're giving each
back when it was a
iPhone
problem.
owner
Oh yeah,
$25?
oh yeah, they reached a settlement on it.
Cheapskates.
But I wanted to bring this up because I kind of side with Apple on this one, and I'll tell you why.
Because you work for them.
No,
No. It's job security.
no, it's not job
There
security.
is
I know,
no
I'm kidding.
bias.
I appreciate
here.
you, Apple, for putting food on my table, but I'm legitimately talking about this because it becomes more valid now that the new architecture is coming out, the new silicon, right? So the argument was, and it still is, that people are just upset because Apple never told them they were going to slow their phones down. But Apple's argument was, if we don't slow your phone
You
down,
didn't ask.
yeah,
Go ahead.
pretty much. you didn't ask. That is the problem. I mean, honestly, it probably should
Well,
have.
moving on.
Yeah, that's the end of the article. No, the issue is that Apple has always been power efficient. That's their big thing. They want to be eco-friendly, power efficient. They want high
Because that's always
power.
the biggest drawback of any phone is battery.
Exactly.
Yeah, battery
And that
life.
you would
Can't
think
compete
that if
with.
they could just deal with the complaint, which is the fact that my battery's dying all the time, that you would just kind of overlook, a phone being
How long did it take
clocked
before
down.
the battery started slowing down? Was
Well,
it-
so here's the thing. Apple doesn't deal with hours for their iPhone batteries. They deal in days.
Oh, okay.
So they say when I build the iPhone 11 Pro Max, that battery should last you from morning till night.
Yeah.
And they don't base it on anything else. If you look up the battery specs online, you can do it right now. You can pull up the computer, you can look at it. They tell you that it's supposed to last all day, and actually the benchmarks are compared to the iPhone before it,
Yeah.
similar to the iPhone XR for the iPhone 11.
So here's my question: is whose batteries actually ever lasted that long? My phone dies so quick.
Mine lasts all day.
Yeah,
Is it
man.
of continual use?
Yeah.
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 Now,
My phone's
one of
a
my
little
older
older now, though, too.
phones, like towards
This is
the
from
end
this
of,
morning.
Yeah.
I can't see.
So I had, yeah. No, I mean,
It's
we got the
pretty much full.
We pretty much have the same phone.
Yeah.
Slightly different. Mine's one generation older.
Yeah, but the issue comes back up because they're creating their own silicon, and the whole thing is power efficiency. Now, obviously, they're probably not going to get slammed with this nearly as much because they're being forward about that now.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of letting people know the reason they slowed your phone down, and not that they didn't load it with a whole bunch of crap so that it slowed down. They literally throttled your CPU
Yeah.
and your memory on the thing to give it a break because the new demands of iOS
Right.
were causing more issues.
More apps everybody downloads, everybody
yeah.
runs, and never clears the background apps out.
Exactly.
I
So
can't stand when you get on somebody's phone and they haven't cleared the background app and there's like 100 there. I'm like, what are you doing?
yeah, just throw your phone in the ocean.
It's like your taskbar.
Yeah, no, it's not my taskbar.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. So for clarity,
We're taking a poll, and we'll
so
put this
for
up on our
clarity,
Facebook page.
Well, we're gonna take a picture of everybody's taskbar on their computer.
Yep.
We're gonna send it. We're gonna put it up. So
I-
for clarity, his
I-
taskbar has everything that's on the desktop
No,
in the
it's not.
taskbar.
It's not true.
There's how many things are in there? It's got
Okay,
like
you don't
30
ha-
things.
you don't
I
have
have.
empty
This is how
space.
I run my computer. Okay, this is a Windows PC. So we're off the Apple topic now. We talked
I'm
about
just giving you crap.
it. No, it's fine. But yeah, we'll segue into that because it's actually a fun topic for me. I actually like having all of my pertinent apps on the taskbar, just across the bottom,
Just looks like somebody threw up on it.
and
though.
clear off my desktop, and all my files are in proper folders. So for me, yeah, that's how I roll. And you just have what I can't stand, and I think it's
Mine are
because
broke up around the outside. I don't have a lot,
Freak.
but I don't need to get to them a lot.
Yeah.
But I use those every day between business and personal and whatever gaming. I use every single one of those. So I'm like, let's just put them all here so I don't have to dig through.
But every time I
computer.
see it, I'm just gonna give you crap anyway.
It's
so.
fine. It's fine. But I do like that. It's a good workflow for me.
Yeah.
You replace your start bar or start menu and everything like that.
Yeah, I download a program because I can't stand the new tiles crap.
You can delete the tiles now. You know that, right?
Yeah, I already have.
Tiles are on my
Fun fact.
machine. Tiles are gone.
Yeah,
I have just
but my
items
yeah,
on my machine.
I like my one's good.
Whatever.
It's much easier. Not that crap that they think works well. Because they didn't ask me, so I don't know why. But whatever.
Well, you need to go work for Windows then.
No.
It's actually Microsoft. But
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, Microsoft. Dur.
And another segue from an older story from last week was your talk about video games being possibly hiked up to $70.
Oh, yeah.
A new game coming out, Star Wars Squadrons,
Amazing.
Dude,
is going to be
that does look
$40
good. What?
because
How are
it
they
do-
pulling that off?
because it
DLC.
doesn't have the breadth, breadth,
Breadth. The
BREADTH.
Yeah. Breadth.
Breadth. I don't use that in my daily
I don't either.
vocabulary.
I don't
so-
either. I just know it's a word.
Yeah, it doesn't have the breadth of bigger EA games.
I was going to say, knowing it's an EA game, I would expect it to be even more.
Microtransactions is what they're going to do.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's
Hopefully they're
exactly
past
what's
that.
happening.
Right.
EA says it's very specifically focused on the fantasy of dogfighting in X-wings and TIE fighters, so it's a bit cheaper than usual. So I don't. Is it? It's just only a dogfighting game.
Yeah,
right?
it's supposed to be like just a.
Did you ever
like
play the
space.
Xbox or not the Xbox, the N64 and
I own it. Rogue Squadrons.
Rogue Squadron?
Yeah.
Dude, that was my jam.
I own it. I own that. and Rogue One.
Gosh, it's
No,
such a-
is it? No, it's not called Rogue One. It's it's a third person.
Right.
oh,
It was Rogue something. I can't.
Jedi
well.
Outcast was my favorite
Yeah.
PC game back in the day.
I think I
Oh,
have
that
that one
was
on
pretty
Steam.
good.
Probably. I have a list of Star Wars games that.
Jedi
Where
Knight
did
2.
you? I know you did, but did you ever play Star Wars: The Old Republic with us, the online MMO?
No,
Oh,
but
a
I
while
actually, I think I have.
You played right with me.
Yeah.
For those still with us, we're just moving on to another topic.
Yeah. This is
It's still video games. We're still talking
Yeah.
about the price of video games being $40. But yeah,
Um,
Old Republic was awesome.
Electronic Arts EA
Still is.
says in June that the upcoming Star Wars Sim Star Wars Squadrons will have 0 microtransactions.
Wow.
So good for you, EA. You're finally
Nice.
learning from your past mistakes, which was kind of surprising given the number of cosmetics that pilots will apparently be able to spiff up their ships with. Also surprising that the purchase price is $40, significantly lower, for instance, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or the Madden or FIFA games, all which clock in at $60.
It's crazy.
And Battlefield 5, well, we have a Battlefield 5, which is coming up on 2 years old, costs more than Squadrons.
Yeah.
Wow. I still have yet to buy it.
No, the last one I played was...
4 for me.
no, we played.
well,
We did the... At least we did
Battlefield
the
1.
beta. The beta.
Battlefield
for
1, yeah,
the
sorry, yeah.
World 1 version.
Yeah.
I
Right.
played the beta, but I never bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I ended
I-
up getting it through something. I played it for a while
I
with
think
him.
it was Humble Bundle, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's talk about their best game, Battlefield Hardline.
No. No. We're talking Bad Company
Cops and
2.
robbers.
Bad Company 2.
Yeah, Bad
Bad
Company,
Company 2
2.
was my favorite.
Best,
I really...
best story,
Dude,
best characters.
They
Oh, yeah,
had
it's
from
hysterical.
from that one to Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, all were very solid,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I would say those are all good.
That
I've
was
not
that was a
played 5 or anything like
fantastic
that.
run.
You haven't heard anything, but they just keep, and you look at the competition, and they just keep spitting out like 2 games a year. for
I
Call of
still-
Well,
Duty.
they even brought Battlefield 3 to Steam.
Yeah. And
Yeah, and you can get, when Bad Company 2 started, it was like, what was it on? Was it on Steam, or was it like...
it was a,
one of
it was a
the-
downloadable executable
Yeah,
for me.
and then you like,
Yeah.
you had to open up a window, like a window, and
That
Battlefield 3 did
is
that
the
too.
Battle
Oh,
Eye
I
client.
remember that.
They
Battle-
had,
Battle
you
Eye.
had to go to a website
Yeah.
Battle
to
Eye,
actually
yeah.
get into the
Right.
Hated
into
it.
the game.
Yeah,
So
that,
dumb.
it
Then
was
they got
kind
rid
of
of
annoying.
that and pulled that into the game. right?
4. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Battlefield 1 moved
I'm
it to the
holding out
games
hope
interface.
eventually, just like a Half-Life 3 will never come. But
Yeah.
I'm holding out on a Bad Company 3.
Yeah.
Because that was my jam. Because it was Blizz and I and J Money and I think Thad. That was our squadron of 4.
Yeah.
And we would constantly get. That was before I met you guys. That we would constantly get top squad of the battle every game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because we all played our own. I played the
Class.
medic, which was the heavy gunner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had everything unlocked
Dude,
for it. I mean, we were hitting like 20K per person
Yeah.
points wise.
Yeah.
I remember for, I believe it was Battlefield 3, that it was still, I want to say it was still just one player per console, I think. And so I ended up getting to a point, I took my freaking 42-inch flat screen that I had gotten like a year before that, took that and my console to a friend's house. They all did the same thing with some other ones of our friends, and took them all down to their basement and hooked them all up to their Wi-Fi and everything. And oh my gosh, dude, we would play for a whole freaking day,
Yep.
and just absolutely dominate.
Yeah. So, what are your games right now that you are most interested? Not most interested in coming up, but what's your games right now you're playing?
Let's see, Rocket League,
Yep.
Sea of Thieves,
Mm-hmm.
Project Cars 2, Call of Duty,
Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare, and Warzone.
Did you finally get that downloaded?
Yeah, I actually finished it before I went to bed last night. Then there's
Sorry.
Escape from Tarkov.
Oh yeah. Gave up.
Friggin' love that game.
Makes me mad.
It is
Love watching it.
easily the hardest game I've ever played, but so rewarding.
You can't just casually play that game.
No, you have to.
casual.
You have to mentally prepare yourself for
Did you ever
that.
see there's the Dr. Lupo, really big Twitch streamer. Did you ever see the picture of him, somebody screenshotted it of his sitting style for each game he plays? I'm like,
Oh, yeah, dude,
wow,
he's
like-
wow, he's like way back here.
Yeah.
But then like Escape from Tarkov, he's like, he's here.
Yeah, he's like-
monitors right here.
Back is like straight.
Yeah, and he's like right up against
Dude,
him. Like,
there's-
dude, that dude slays.
there's,
He averages like 15 kills a game.
One of the streamers I like to watch, Operator Drewski.
Is that the only guy you watch?
No,
That's all I ever hear you talk about.
well, for Tarkov, that's pretty much the only guy I watch. But he ends up, from what I've heard, puts his audio up so loud that he's even said himself that whenever like a gun goes off that he's not expecting or whatever, you'll see his screen shake. And that's just
Scares
because
him.
it literally freaks him out. And he's said that there's times where he'll get migraines from the audio being so loud and stuff. But I'm like, dude, like you sit there and watch the video of his YouTube videos or whatever, and he'll sit there and he's like, guy running, and I'm like, what?
Well, it sounds different than after through
Right.
post editing and stuff like that too. But
Right, but at the same time, like he'll sit there and
Ferret
say
hearing.
like guy running, and so like I'll stop it, back it up, and like turn it up all the way, and I'm like, I'm still not hearing it, man. Like,
Got hearing of a ferret.
yeah, but yeah, I think those are most of them.
what are you playing right now, Brandon?
Man, between my Switch and PC, I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty.
Would have loved to got that Switch that you ordered.
Okay. That's a story. We'll talk about that.
Ancient Chinese coins.
I ordered a Switch off of the internet, found it on some random site for $50. Thought, hey, you know
Should
what?
have known.
$50. We'll see what happens.
A shot.
Months later,
Well, you got your $50 back.
I did, but it's
weird,
$50.
but still,
It's $50 in a foreign Chinese currency.
Yeah. Well,
That was a
you
collectible
got
coin.
refunded. Didn't
I
you?
did, yeah, I got
Yeah.
refunded.
You got your.
But I actually got the $50 equivalent of that ancient coin currency for, like, I don't know if it was like saying, hey, you get $50 worth of currency that's almost like a Switch.
And it's scam. It's like a Wish thing.
Yeah.
You never order from Wish.
Yep.
Scam
So,
you out.
yeah, that was fun. But
What are you playing on your Switch?
Zelda. Right now it's just all Zelda. I have yet to get into the DLC. There's 2 expansions for it I have yet to get into.
Go figure. Can't have a game without DLC anymore.
It's
Sea of
priced
Thieves
well,
is
though.
doing it well. There's no DLC for that.
Sea of Thieves is our other game. That's the game
Yeah.
we love playing.
Yep.
It's amazing. And actually, they just released a new update. We got to get back into it.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but yeah. Gotta find the time. But yeah, Rocket League's my big one. Sea of Thieves. Need to get back into what's the space game?
Star Citizen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was good.
I want to see if their server took issues.
I've
fixed
heard
it.
they came up with a pretty big update.
I'm gonna
New
buy that
ships.
680i.
Trying to remember which one
It's like
that is.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, okay.
No, it's
Yeah,
the
I don't
it's the
remember
big
their ship
cruiser.
names.
It's like the big yacht
Yeah.
cruiser.
The white one.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, Rocket League, Sea of Thieves, Star Citizen. I haven't played that in a while though. Honestly, though, that's about it. Like, I want to get back into Scum. I've mentioned that, but I want to do it right. I want to build a base and then
Yeah.
become friends with our enemy. That
yeah.
Had some bad times.
never helped.
that was a fun ride though there at the end because
Yeah.
he got into our base and we knew he was in there. And we didn't.
Yeah, that was a fun
but
standoff.
It was our stupid mistake of leaving the flag outside, and he just captured it and took it for
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, he
Locked
knew what he was
himself in
doing.
our- we didn't, of course.
Yeah.
But then he became our eyes and ears on the server.
Pretty much.
Time he goes, "Oh, guys are raiding the server or your base." And we're like, "God, on, hurry up!"
Oh no.
Caught him mid raid and
Yeah.
failed anyways. But
Yeah.
Pants down situation.
yeah, whatever. You live and learn. That's survival games for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just like how that game is so in depth on stuff. Where
Yeah.
You got to dry your clothes out. You got to worry about your metabolism.
Yeah. That's pretty
Biggest
crazy.
issues of vitamin E I can't figure out yet.
Yep.
Eat all the mushrooms just to get back vitamin E up.
One of my favorite memories from that game was when there was a drop near our base, and so we went and checked it out. And we go into the drop, and I was looting it and everything, and we started hearing it beep.
I remember that.
And we're like, well, how much time do we have? Like, does it get faster or whatever? And I'm pretty sure it was me.
Yeah, we just did.
And well, no, like you two ended up like running away, and I was like checking the last crate, and I like turned around and was like,
gotta get it.
yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'm ready to leave, and then
yeah.
I'm like, well,
Big
I'm
nuke
starting
going
from
off
scratch
in the
now.
distance.
Yeah. You have fun with that?
Yep.
Yeah, because then everything's destroyed too.
Yep.
How we doing on time?
We're getting close. Well, let's close on something kind of fun.
Okay, what?
Black Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, what about it?
It's not gonna be the same this year.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, yeah. Are we going to have it? Can we have Black Friday?
Well,
I know Walmart's closing down on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there's a lot of stores that
Which
are
is the way
actually
it was.
joining that bandwagon. But yeah, the way we do Black Friday, online sales would be totally fine.
Yeah. Cyber Monday.
I don't know if they're doing curb pickup or anything like that at Best Buy or Walmart or anything like that. I'm pretty sure
No
they won't.
more punching the old lady for a pack of towels, okay?
Now I know what COVID was for.
Like, we got to think of a way to get Black Friday to
Out of
stop.
the way, Grandma.
Exactly. But yeah,
I've seen some weird stuff out there, especially at Walmart.
but it'll definitely be interesting to see how that plays out, because a lot of people, that's their thing every year, and
Yeah.
that drives sales.
I just
like
go
crazy.
out. I want to just go out.
We just
to
watch
go
the
out and do
chaos.
stuff. I don't actually find anything. If I do, the past couple times that I've ever found anything was just for me because it was
Yeah,
on sale.
no.
It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
But it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out, because there's a lot of people that would usually go to the store to buy stuff, and now they can't. Even right now they can't, but they won't
Yeah.
be able to, because they've already officially said we ain't opening on Thanksgiving Day, and we're not opening early.
Yeah.
So-
I would like to see Black Friday be back. The stores open back up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, like it used to be whenever we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But as of right now, all your major stores, Microsoft, Target, GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, they all have a lineup on things that are available for Black Friday to be able to come start looking at to order online, because
Yeah.
that's the
Don't buy a TV on Black Friday because those TVs are different than the TVs that are there on normal time.
and they're crap.
And they're crap, but they'll sell them for the same price.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from a guy, not from me, but heard it from a guy that actually works in retail, and said that a lot of that stuff gets switched out. They have Black Friday TVs, and then they pull the other TVs off, the normal TVs, and they put the Black Friday ones in there because they're cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaply made.
Yep.
But
My funny Black Friday story was, this was years ago, but girlfriend and I were going to Target and dropped her off because she had to go to the bathroom. So then I went out and parked. She went and go in and stood in line then. And then I parked. I'd park way out the end. I go out. I'm like, yeah, I got to go bathroom too. I might as well just go. And then she was still standing in the line as I walked in, and there wasn't much of a line for the guy's bathroom as usual.
It's true.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Those
There's
women.
never is a line at the guy's bathroom. When I walked in, there was a little bit of a line, of course, since it being Black Friday. And then got in, got my business done, and got out, and she was still in line. She never even made it in yet. She gave me the little dirty look as I went by and kind of smiled as I walked by. It's like,
What's crazy is like that's the stuff now that like I want back.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like
I want my Black Friday. I want to punch
I want to
Grandma.
wait. I want to wait for the toilet again in a crowd.
One quick thing too is Humble Bundle to look out for is Double
This is a good
Fine.
one.
Double Fine's the company that produces like Gang Beasts and Psychonauts. Right now, it's their 20th year anniversary, so they have, what's it say here, $303 worth of awesome stuff, and you have 10?
What's the magic price, Adam?
I'll give it here. You have 10 days left as of time of recording, so this is the 2nd of August of time of recording. So 10 days from now, you have a $1. You have an average of $8.71 to unlock some more, and the last one is $9.
So for $9,
$9,
I can get all the games, including
what I would get would be Gang Beasts. Is
Gang
what
Beasts.
I want for $9. So it's
cool
what
game, fun party game,
Gosh, that's great.
group game.
Stick Fight is another really fun
Yep.
party game.
Hey,
Gosh,
yeah.
I love that game.
Yep.
It's just so random, but that's the Humble Bundle to look out for this week. There's 13 bundles right now.
It's pretty
That
big.
was have a lot.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss the time when Humble Bundle got started, and it was literally a pay what you want, because they say it's pay what you want, but it ain't.
Exactly.
I mean, it is, but I have to pay $9 no matter what to get all
Right.
of the stuff.
Yep. But I appreciate coming from someone who enjoys the game industry and the things that have been going on with gaming. This is just to kind of close out the podcast here, but I appreciate the lengths that these gaming companies are going to provide entertainment for people at home. Humble Bundle's been pretty big. The Epic Game Store dropping
out
free
free
games.
stuff.
Good night. Like it's their job. Granted,
They
they're
make
not.
more money on the in-app purchases.
Yeah. So it's just kind of cool to see.
I mean, Sea of Thieves is not a free game, but they're
Yeah.
making more probably on their skins,
Yeah.
and monkeys, and cats and stuff than they probably ever did on the game itself
Yep.
in general.
more games coming to the Xbox Game Pass, things like that. It's just kind of cool to see that happen. So, but yeah,
Now's the time to get into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Holiday
now's the
2020.
time to actually don't build a PC right now. This is not a good time to build a PC,
Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yes. Best times.
depending on
I don't
how.
know. I haven't looked at PC stuff lately.
Yeah,
I mean,
flash memory
I need
and things
a
like
new
that. are
both
PC.
both PCs I've ever had, I've gotten during that season, and I've gotten killer deals.
I need a new PC. It's running like 7 years old, but it's still working.
Yeah.
But it
So,
shows
yeah.
its age.
Yep.
But don't forget, we are here at the Zeker Project. Want to say thanks again to them.
Yep.
Want to say thanks to Tesco TV putting us on there and working with us. What?
Well, I was gonna say before we go, like, what if we like threw out a question for people to like comment on?
Okay, what do you got?
Um,
Better have something. You thought of it. You better have something.
well, okay. So you asked us what's what video games are we playing? So
what video games are you guys playing?
right
Yeah.
now? We want to know what you guys are playing right now.
Yeah, so we can.
And if you have any
we can
cool
talk about it.
suggestions of games that we might not know of,
Yeah.
tell us. 'Cause
Oh.
I'm always out for games to not play because I just add them to my library and they sit on the shelf.
And where would be a good place to
All of our
do that?
social medias.
Yep. Actually, I found something kind of cool about our site too. So you can do Twitter, right? Tweet at us.
Tweet at us.
Send us an email to info@midnightsnappodcast.com.
Who emails anymore? No, I'm just kidding.
It doesn't have to. Twitter's fine. But
Twitter,
we
Facebook. Twitter and Facebook.
also on Anchor.fm have a message us button, which is kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
So create an Anchor account. You can obviously check out the Anchor stuff that's on our page. You can also drop us a message in there, and we'll get notified of it. The other game I was thinking of, and I couldn't remember the title, and I really want to try it, is that Grounded game.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I think
that Honey, I
they
Shrunk
did.
the Kids game.
Yep.
That looks so cool.
I think there's an arachnophobia mode I saw where you can
Oh,
turn that
dude, the spiders
on.
are freaky
You
as
can-
heck.
Or then you can turn that on
Ugh.
and not have
No.
the spiders. No, it turns.
Oh,
it
not
turns
have the
off.
spiders.
Yeah, an arachnophobia mode.
Okay.
Turn off the spiders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why would you do that though?
I can think of many reasons.
No, part of the game.
No.
You got to immerse yourself in the environment.
No. Well, thanks for joining us here on the Midnight Snack Podcast, episode 2. Still
Give
working on a title.
us a rating on whatever platform you let us listen on. So we have Spotify, Apple, Google, and I don't
Pull
know
the
the
list
names
up.
of the other ones. I'm so bad. Sorry.
Was it Podbean?
Podbean.
No, Podbean's not on there.
No.
I'm pulling it up.
While he's pulling that up, you can find us on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. That stuff will be getting more and more populated as time goes, as all things go when you start up
Exactly.
stuff. So where else
We've
are we
got
at?
Podcast, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify.
Overcast, that's what it is outside right now.
Exactly. And also, don't forget, we do appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. Leaving those reviews is very important, but we also want to let you know that the supporter thing is still available. So if you can spare $1 a month, do that. We really appreciate it very much.
It's $10 and nothing.
No. 99 cents.
$10. Take it or leave it.
My final
Really
offer.
appreciate that.
Yeah, so we will see you guys next week.